Ready?
Yeah. Nice. Love it.
Rob, you're a hero. Was that an award that I saw?
Yeah, I just won it right now.
Oh my
Look at the hardware.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I just got it. I know. It's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
huge,
you.
Dude.
Yeah. And it literally is huge and very heavy, too. I'm wondering about getting this on the plane.
Why not? No kidding.
You're going to have to check that in, sir. That can be utilized as a weapon and be considered a federal offense.
Couldn't they just make it digital and then they give you an NFT?
Look at that. That does look kind of dangerous.
Oh my God. That looks like you could take somebody's head off with that. That's like
you're
scary,
right.
Man. You can put that in a guillotine. You can load that thing up on a guillotine. That's like...
Dude, that is literally the guillotine that they're using on Squid Game. Right there.
Oh, yeah. There you go. What, are you trying to shave?
Yes. Yeah, I get that a lot. You need to shave, dude.
You need to shave. You need to shave, Chewy. You're not the Buddha of IoT anymore. You're the Chewbacca of IoT.
Chewbacca of IoT, exactly. Yeah, no, pretty crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good to see this happen. You know, lots of work over the year building this Thunderstruck solution. So it's pretty cool, man. Absolutely.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's really, really killer.
Yeah, fun.
So,
you know, the show is going on here. So we got the IoT.
Where are you? Come on. Our audience doesn't know. They're going, where is Rob Tiffany? And what is that crappy building behind him?
I'm broadcasting live from IoT World in beautiful Santa Clara, California, at the Santa Clara Convention Center, right near Levi Stadium, in case you watch football. Actually, I did see U2 at Levi Stadium for their Joshua Tree reunion tour thingy, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, you know, this, I would say, you know, and obviously David was here too. You know, it's a kind of rebooting of trying to, you know, get conferences going again. You know, it's probably like you experienced at Mobile World Congress in LA. You know, it's not quite the same attendance that you're accustomed to.
Right.
But that being said, you know, we're kind of pushing forward, and I think you got to start somewhere. That's what, you know, our good friend Steve Brummer, you know, he leads the industrial IoT track at this event, and that was kind of his message. It's like, man, we just got to get started.
Yep.
And
I agree with him.
And just push on, and it'll gradually get better. We'll see how CES looks. We'll see how MWC in Barcelona looks, you know, but we just got to keep pushing and bring it back.
Wow.
But lots of good sessions, you know. Obviously, they have the expo hall with all the booths, and so a lot of different folks with different IoT innovations. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's good to be back. You know, good to be in person for sure.
Well, you met David, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's awesome. And you guys
awesome.
posted some pictures. I mean, you mentioned Steve.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
I saw that you you met with Jason Shepard.
Yeah, Jason's here.
And you know, we're up to no good with your little friggin' video.
We were
SmackDown video.
We were totally up to no good last night at the, you know, because I parked the plane because obviously San Jose Airport's right nearby.
Can't hear it actually.
Oh, good.
Couldn't hear it at all. What are you using? Is this your iPhone or is this a Samsung?
Yeah, it's iPhone. Yeah. You're right. A bunch of all these IoT junkies were hanging out at the Hyatt Regency bar last night. You know, because the Hyatt's here adjacent to the convention center, and so it was good to hang out with him. Also, our good buddy Zach Shelby. You know, who's Mr. Tiny ML doing his Edge Impulse. It's great to see him. I mean, I've known him forever since ARM and stuff like that. So it's great. It's great running into different folks who are a part of our community. It's all good stuff. And now the sun is blinding me.
Oh, but it's good lighting.
That's important.
As long as you don't squint and make yourself look odd and extremely pissed off like you just did now, you're okay.
Yeah. Well, I look odd anyway. Yeah.
That's what you have to grow more facial hair. We're just gonna keep going. Your hair forward. But how was it meeting David?
Well, we've met twice, but the last time I flew from Amsterdam, and Rob and I were with some other Hitachi folks at the event where there was the rebranding from Hitachi Data Services to Vantara in Las Vegas. So we had met before. Just different shop. Now, he's closer to me, Erickson from Hitachi.
Yeah, but that was pre-pandemic. I'm talking about it
was, it was super cool because, I feel like, that, I see Rob weekly, right? Yeah. And we have our direct message banter, but it was super cool. And, I'll be curious to hear Rob's take because it's not, I didn't feel that I had seen Rob I hadn't seen him for 3 years, but it was just like, hey, and we're chatting, right? And that was it. So it was like, again, like, no, I just saw you and we're just in person and we just carried on. So it was super cool. And, this was the first time I wore a jacket in 2 years, first time in a convention center in 2 years. And my first 2 partner meetings in person in 2 years. So, wow. Nuts.
Yeah.
You look very stylish.
Yeah.
The jacket was great.
I was sucking my stomach in so I could fit in those pants.
Oh my God.
Oh man, talk about sucking in stomach, dude. The struggle is real. And you definitely had a lot better hair going on than I do. So that was good. Way better than mine.
Oh,
way better.
Oh my God, dude, guys, I can't fit in any of my suits.
Dude,
that's why I'm total jeans. I just wear. And you know what? What's really obnoxious because we're on media all the time, dude. I'm gonna go full on Jensen Huang. The CEO of NVIDIA. You know how like that dude just wears a leather jacket and he has funky shoes. He has this shtick, that he does.
He does.
But he has the same wardrobe, and I think he's very, very smart.
Yeah,
just got to come up with I just have to figure out what color sneakers I'm going to start wearing. Because these conferences can be a marathon, right?
Oh yeah, you got to have the right shoes for sure.
You gotta wear comfy shoes. That's for sure.
Yes,
but speaking of the one advantage. Actually, I've ranted publicly about this before in conferences. So one advantage of everyone at a conference, you're there all day, you're talking to a lot of people, you've had coffee, you've had lunch, right? Not everyone gets brushing their teeth a lot. So the map.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh no, he was right in the middle of something brilliant. And you know what? He's probably still talking and doesn't know that he's not connected. That's what's really funny.
Back. He needs FWA. You need fiber. What do you call it? Oh, Jesus.
Fixed wireless access.
Fixed wireless access.
Yes.
Hit up your employer, man. What the hell? He has a blackout. He has no power.
Oh.
Yeah.
On pure LTE. Am I back?
You're back. Yeah, you're not talking to yourself.
Oh, I am back.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I never know. So anyway, I think, the whole, mask and hygiene, I was thinking about that because, I've talked to a lot of, it happens when.
Is that a chicken behind you?
Don't smell great.
Oh.
No, there's like, how is that a chicken? They're like, they're crows. The crows are going nuts because there's no power on the lines. So they can just see, they're just grouping and looking at me like an episode of Birds. But jokes aside, from the and I think Rob just mentioned this, is super cool that, things are trying to get back. I thought the folks that showed up, especially the ones that were, roaming and working the booth, it was more of a concentrated value. Like if you were there, you really wanted to network, you really had something to say, you really wanted to be there. So that was cool. The most awesome thing besides hanging out with Rob and taking a selfie was I got to meet people in person that actually I hadn't, including people that I work with. So that was super cool. And I hope I hope it picks up. I only stopped at a couple of booths, and I thought maybe my sample size was too small, but I thought like the demos were and the pitches were better, because again, like there wasn't a ton of people, right? So I felt like the quality was better than before. Maybe it's because it was day one, and maybe because it was in the morning. Who knows? But anyway, so I think it was really good, and I hope the community takes this one example from Santa Clara, and let's see what CS will be, and by the time we get to Barcelona, let's see how it goes.
And we'll be living La Vida Loca when we get back to Barcelona.
Friggin' blackberry mojitos, man! I can't wait.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait, and deconstructed strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, dude, I'm so ready for that, man. I'm so ready.
Totally ready.
Absolutely.
For it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Guys, impressions. What are the key takeaways other than the fact that Rob won a replacement blade for the guillotine on Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Yeah.
The people are, I won't mention category, but I think people were trying to cut through the hype, like especially in these sessions, like the line of questioning that's coming from the audience to the speakers was very just like people are asking better questions.
Oh, good. So
that they don't get a hyped up answer. It's how I heard a few questions in one of the industrial sessions that was like, yeah, that's how you ask it. Skip the BS. So that was better questions, and another takeaway. Well, I don't know if it's a takeaway, but I still saw startups showing up. And I saw also the state of Washington, they had, their tech association there, and also the, Montreal. And I think that's really good because you still have those small companies, bootstrap, no one's heard of me, and they're getting out here, not just the companies that, myself included, that you see at all the events. So those are my two takeaways.
Oh,
yeah. Speaking of the state of Washington booth, so one of my good friends, Scott Waller, his company called Thingy, which is I know, yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
Thingy.
And so, but they were there in that kind of state of Washington area there. And I'll tell you some insights, and we have talked about this before on the show about the chip shortage. But just to make things more real, talking to actual device makers and OEMs here on site to feel how real that is and how it is really hurting. Some of the comments I heard, used to be like lead times to get certain kinds of chipsets and things was like 2 weeks, and now it's like 22 weeks or 34 weeks or whatever. Yeah. This is causing a lot of pain, and so it's at the chip level, just compute for a lot of these small devices and microcontrollers. It's also affecting cellular module makers. I know Steve Brummer was talking about Christatel, making modules and how the deliveries are just way down. Like, the contract might be for 100 million modules and they're able to deliver 20 million or, whatever. It's stuff like that. And so talking to real people who are involved in the device space, this stuff really is real. And there's a lot of pain. And so, there's a ripple effect because, they've made guarantees for delivery to customers based on how things used to be. And now, customers are not happy. So just like anything, it's a ripple effect, right? It's throughout the whole deal. The supply chain disruption has caused massive negative ripple effects in all parts of the industry. So Yeah, those guys kind of made it real for me talking to them. Talked to a
Wow.
bunch of people who are impacted by it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously both Amazon and Apple got hit on their quarterly earnings. A lot of mostly about supply chain woes.
Yeah.
We can't get what we need to make laptops or iPhones, and Amazon is struggling to ship things that they would normally sell. And so it's certainly pervasive, and it's taking prisoners in IoT as well.
Right. Well, that's where it's going to take most prisoners, right? And with some of the higher end devices like smartphones, it's just the cheaper components or the components that are on a legacy node that are the problem. It's not all the advanced node stuff. So this isn't about a shortage of advanced chips. It's a shortage of legacy old stuff made on legacy processes, right? But
there's a lot of talk,
for a long time.
a lot of supply chain talk, a lot of talk about, especially in the industrial IoT. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about supply chain resilience, and so that goes back to the discussions you hear about reshoring things, about doing more manufacturing in your own country, even though they know it'll be more expensive. It's like a trade-off, having to pay more, but to have a reliable supply chain. Obviously, the whole world's become addicted to the lean, just-in-time supply chain, which has served us well for a long time until everybody got sick, right?
Yeah.
And, well, our friends at Microsoft this week, I know they there's a new cloud-based supply chain product that I was reading through it, and it looks very promising. I'm going to look for a white paper, but it looks like they solved all of the proprietary chunks of supply chain that no one could get visibility to, which is part of the problem. And they seem to have quite a bit of a library for it. So let's see what impact this makes. Maybe I don't know if this will solve everything, but I think it's a step in the right direction, because we've been talking about supply chain visibility forever. The thing is that the visibility goes from here to here, and then you have it from there to there, and then we don't see each other. So there is no freaking visibility. Here is maybe this will push us, because and there will be trade-offs, but there's a lot of companies, to Rob's point, that that we're hurting. And now it's time to look at the tools and see if there's any way to mitigate, not avoid. I can't go to avoid, but at least mitigate the situation that we're in.
Yeah, I sat in on a roundtable with the Microsoft folks, like at the end of the day yesterday, where they were talking about their manufacturing cloud, and they did talk about supply chain visibility and a bunch of things like that. It'll be good to dig into some more details, but yeah, it's been like an hour in a presentation. Sorry about the plane.
Can't hear it, man.
Can't hear it.
No, can't hear it. It's pretty good. Yeah, the whole supply chain visibility thing. It's been a problem. It's been a challenge to realize for decades. And it'll still be a problem. It has nothing to do with technology. You can throw as much technology at it. It's not going to help. So, sorry, all you guys that are trying to sell these, end-to-end supply chain visibility solutions. Been there, done that, know how tough it is. You know how tough it is. You can't really anchor your hopes on it. It sounds great. Oh, we have a supply chain solution. Nobody can deliver on the promise. So, there's other factors to consider here when we look at the supply chain issues with the chips, shortage. And number one, it's not economical to produce capacity at this node, the legacy nodes. It's challenging enough with the advanced node stuff. It's even worse with the legacy stuff. It's not like the legacy equipment is sitting around. You have to go and shop around the world for it.
Yeah.
And which one of the fab device manufacturers is going to produce the old stuff?
It's funny. Speaking of shopping,
yeah,
we had when we did our last night at the bar with a bunch of our IoT friends. There was a lot of talk around. A lot of people, eBay is turning into being a primary source to try to find things, since they're not available in normal channels. So a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm getting all my stuff on eBay because my suppliers, I can't find it." It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there.
I have to drop off.
Okay.
So sorry, but to the community, if you hear anyone using the word supply chain and single pane of glass in the same sentence, and you're having a meeting, have this person come closer to you and punch him really hard in the mouth. And with that, I will see you guys next week. I will leave in the very capable hands of Leonard, Buddha, Chewbacca, IoT, Mr. Tiffany.
Watch it. Don't piss him off. He might cut you with his award.
I run faster.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. Well, you're frozen right now. You're not going anywhere.
Frozen in time. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
Good times.
Completely frozen? I think he's completely frozen. Oh, well.
Yes.
We'll ignore him because, it showed him as muted, yet we could hear him. So,
right.
I don't know.
It is, now that I think about it, I mean, I have to fly out of here after lunch.
Uh-huh.
And I am wondering if I'll be able to take this giant guillotine in my carry-on luggage, or else I'll have to check it, or what. I guess I'll wrap it in clothing and stuff. I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm sure I'll go through TSA and they're like, "What the hell is this thing?"
Yeah.
They're like, "That is absolutely a weapon."
That's crazy. So, other than the chip shortage stuff, Rob, I mean, what are some of the more technological stuff that you're seeing? Anything interesting?
Yeah, a lot of security stuff. Actually, just before we started, I was watching a presentation a woman was giving. She works for the NSA. And so she kind of gave the NSA view on IoT. And, it's not pretty, as you can imagine. She talked. It was interesting. I'm sure it was interesting for a lot of people who don't have experience in the government or military. And so hearing about what they do all the time. The NSA, and she was talking about variants. What was it called? It was a variant of the Mirai botnet. That's the one. It's a splinter variant that's pretty active right now.
Wow!
Using Telnet and a few other ways to get at devices. Again, brute forcing, default passwords or no passwords at all, affecting router switches, connected cameras, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there was a lot. I thought it was a great presentation. I think it was a wake-up call maybe for a lot of people to have a serious official from the NSA, National Security Agency, talking about IoT and how this is a serious thing. It's we got to get a lot more serious about security.
But dude, doesn't it just boil down to irresponsible use and deployment? I mean, if we're talking about brute force attacks and these things going around looking for devices that that basically have a username of admin and a password of 12345. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's almost like you can't blame the hackers. You have to blame the people who are deploying this crap for being so irresponsible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She talked about.
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
She talked about just a lot of this is just people. A lot of problems. A lot of times not following a checklist. People either misconfiguring or not properly configuring firewalls. Just a lot of basics. A lot of these huge attacks can be thwarted with just doing a few simple things. You don't have to be a security expert to stay safe. There's a small checklist that if you do, you're going to be okay. Right. But you're right; people have to be vigilant, and a lot of times they're not.
Yeah.
People they go with what's easy, right?
Yeah, they just put it out there, and
Yeah.
They may not even know exactly how it works, and they just let it go, and they have no idea, right?
Yeah.
But
Totally. Totally.
I think that's the other part of the equation that we need to talk about when we talk about cybersecurity. It's not, I think a lot of attention is put on ransomware and all the attackers, but then there's also, a lot of the exploits are just, because people who have deployed these systems, configured the networks, haven't really done a bang up job of protecting the company.
Right.
Is what it boils down to, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
That's
You're so right.
interesting, though. It
is. It is. Security's the thing, and I know we keep harping on it, but I guess we'll just have to keep harping on people to do the right thing. For sure.
Yeah. Well, we talk about security by design, or I think it's security by deployment, maybe more important, because
I think
security design is for a product guy. Or if you're a software developer, you need to make sure that you design the security in there. But security by deployment, it might be another thing that we need to talk about, and take it out of the vendor's hand and then put it into administrators and the folks who put up our IoT networks and things like that.
Absolutely. No, you're right. I hear a lot of people, we've solved this already. We have security by design. Well, clearly they haven't solved anything because the problems keep happening. Yeah. So you're right. It is down to deployment, because people are it's a heterogeneous world, using all kinds of products, all kinds of players. And so, the people are saying, we've solved it. It's like, well, how many people are using your thing?
Yeah.
20 people are.
Yeah. I mean, security by design is that your product is not some sort of what do you call it, MVP hack job that you put out there that can get hacked on the back end and become a software supply chain problem, right?
Totally.
We need to talk more about security, by deployment and implementation, because that's where security actually happens, right? I mean, I've actually said on a couple of webinars is, we have great security tools,
Right.
Just the biggest problem is, a lot of people.
Maybe we need regulations. Maybe we need more. Do we need more government regulations? Maybe that says you have to do this checklist, or we're gonna come after you, fine you. I don't know. I don't think you can really do that. But the government regulates all kinds of other things.
Yeah, and then the other challenge is that even if there are breaches and they allow all kinds of attacks to happen, there are no consequences. Not even in the consumer world, right? I mean, think about there's a certain carrier that got hacked, and what's the consequence other than sending out a letter that you got hacked, and then here's your free whatever Experian whatever credit score monitoring subscription for a year. I mean, that's it. That costs nothing. It's not even a slap on the wrist.
Right. Right. And there's no shortage of irony when you have Experian is going to help you. They got hacked.
And then,
so it's pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm going to head back into the event.
You do that.
Go talk to some folks at the different booths. Get more learning, Seeing a lot of people using LoRaWAN, actually.
Good.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, why don't you come over and say hi real quick, Gare?
Oh man.
Say hi.
Hi, how are you? Good. You're on IoT Coffee Talk. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I recognize you. You're Leonard.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me say bye to my family one second.
Okay.
Bye. Was just saying hello to the kids there. 10 hours.
Oh yeah, you got to do that.
So maybe introduce yourself and your company to our audience here.
Not me.
We're live right now.
We're recording.
We're recording.
We'll post it though. So
you should have said that.
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. So Yair, Oleg, co-founder, CTO of Valleca. We're an industrial IoT company focusing on the utilities and the municipalities area. Basically, remote monitoring combined with edge AI. Yes, the real one, not the bullshit one. Sorry. Collecting data from remote assets, whether it's in the water industry, wastewater, gas, energy, environmental, everything that is outdoors, remote locations, and so on. So we're doing both the hardware and the software platform combined. Sweet stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, good meeting you, and I'm sure our audience appreciates that little plug that you did there. And
hey man,
what?
He was part of the gang last night at the Hyatt bar where we got we went deep.
Really?
That's where the high value IoT stuff was happening. At the bar last night.
Yeah, exactly. You should have recorded then.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I'm sure those conversations would have been. I'm sure those conversations were golden.
So, they were. Right. Absolutely.
See you guys.
All right. See ya. Hey, you wanna take us out from Santa Clara? Hey, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
See ya.
Okay, folks, we're gonna take you out. Thanks for joining IoT Coffee Talk. You can find us at iotcoffeetalk.com. We're all over the YouTubes and the GBs and the Wi-Fi's and all that kind of stuff. And so, anyway, coming to you live from IoT World in Santa Clara, 2021. We're coming back. We're getting real. We're getting live. Lots of friends here. And anyway, keep watching because this is where all the knowledge comes from.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta believe us.
Yeah, whether you know it or not.
Whether you know it or not. This is the stuff.
I mean, come on, dude. You predicted that Facebook would change their name to Meta something.
It happened.
That's freaky, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that happened. That happened on IoTCoffeeTalk.com.
Is there a place where I'm supposed to go cash a check that I get for that prediction? Is that how that works? No.
Well, the Facebook offices are just a few exits off. You can just go there and knock on.
I think I'm going to go talk to. I'm going to go talk to Zuck right now, and we'll get that.
There
get that taken care of.
There you
Absolutely.
Go. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
So long.
See ya. Take care, everyone. Bye.